before that, I will come to him and say, oh Allah, I had the intention to do so, but I couldn't, my life was not enough for it. So I will get rewarded for this. 250 million people becoming Muslims. This is really a true understanding of this law, the law of intention, that if you understand it, it expands your horizon. You can accumulate intentions in your heart to do things in life, and if your life doesn't span enough to achieve all of these things, you will still get rewarded. For example, you can have the intention to memorize Quran, let's say, in 5 years, in 10 years probably, and you work hard, you probably memorize 1 page a day, half a page a day, God knows, but you have the intention for it. Now, if you die before you finish your memorization of Quran, you will be rewarded for it. And Allah will write down for you the reward as if you memorized the entire Quran. You see, this is the power of this law. This is so important to understand, because this will change our lives and also expand our horizons and make us different people. And at the same time, as I mentioned before, it lowers your stress level. Why? Because you do things for the sake of Allah. Now, if people like it, then be it. It's good. If not, then you only care about one thing, that Allah is satisfied with your work. So let's say you did a favor for someone. If you did it for the sake of Allah, and this person didn't thank you, didn't appreciate you, didn't recognize that you did something for him, but fine, you still get your rewards, irrespectively. But if this person thanks you and appreciates you, then that's even better. So you see, a lot of people get caught in problems in life because they do not understand this law of intention. They do things for the sake of people. All the time they care about others, what they think, what they gonna do to me, how they're gonna pay me back, how they didn't recognize me, they didn't appreciate me, and so on and so forth. And this makes them live their entire life imprisoned in people's thinking, and they never get out of it. But the person who works according to this law, the law of intention, works way beyond all of these little things. He doesn't care about these little things because he is focused on one important thing. That's to satisfy Allah and to make sure that all of his life is really in accordance to what Allah wants. So everything that he does is for his sake only. As a matter of fact, the Prophet gave us an example that you can expand this even to your own desires. He said, even with what you have from what desires you have as a husband and wife, you get rewarded for it. So the companion were a little bit shocked. Well, they said, "O Prophet of Allah, we enjoy ourselves and we do things according to our own desires, of course, lawfully, and we still get rewarded for it." The Prophet explained to them, yes, you get rewarded for it, because this person did it lawfully and in accordance to what Allah wants. And he gave them the example. If this person did it not for the sake of Allah, and of course also unlawfully, he will get punished for it. So this is an expansion of this concept where it encompasses things even beyond the things that we think of sometimes. The Prophet even said, whatever you put in your wife's mouth is charity. Even a little piece of meal, a bite, you get rewarded for it. So you can think of this law and live your life with this law, that all the time you do things for the sake of Allah. This is important in success, because if you build your goals, your missions, your visions, everything around this concept, and first of all, you get rewarded for it, whether you achieve it or not, but you will get rewarded for it. If you're sincere, you will get rewarded for it. As a matter of fact, we all know Quran mentioned about stories of people who went at the time of the Prophet. They went to the battlefield, and people who could not go to the battlefield. The Prophet, when he came back, he told the companions, those who didn't go to the battlefield got full rewards as if they were with you. In every valley that you went through, they got rewarded for it. In every trouble, in every turmoil, and they were sitting back at home. Why? Because they had the intention. They were sincere to get there, but for some reason they couldn't. Some of them they didn't have a ride, so they couldn't go with the group. But at least they had this intention. So that's one important thing. You get rewarded anyway. Number two, you lower your stress level. now because you focused on one thing only, that is to satisfy Allah. And number 3 is that when you build your mission, vision, values, and your goals in life in accordance to this law, you make sure that Allah will help you, because now you're asking Him to help, you have the intention for it, and you're working towards it, and Allah will help you once you have the right intention, will guide you, will give you, will bless you. And the more sincere your intention is, the more blessings you get in your life, and the more achievement you attain, because now you have the help of not the superpower, but the power of Allah, the ultimate power. So this is where you get things done quicker, faster, you achieve more, you have the help of Allah with you. So again, the law states that do things only for the sake of Allah. Even your work. When you go to work, you shouldn't care that people notice your achievement, people give you raises. Well, this is important, and you have to work to get promotions and to get better positions. But if you work to get your money lawfully, in accordance with this law, and you make sure that whatever you do is for the sake of Allah, all the time that you spend at work is rewarded. And the money that you get is going to be lawful. So whatever you spend on your family will really grow, will be blessed. And even if you miss opportunities for some reason, because there is any problem at the office, whatever, you're not going to be very upset, and you will be anxious and worried, and spend time crying about such things. Now you become more focused. Well, I did it. I got my rewards from Allah. My money is lawful. Now I'm getting on with my life, and I will be rewarded for it. I will mention to you in Quran what Allah mentioned about the characteristics of the distinguished people. He said about them that they feed with food the needy, the orphan, the prisoner, and they tell them, of course, that not they tell them in their faces, but in their hearts, that we only feed you for the sake of Allah. We ask you neither for rewards, no thanks. So they only do things for the sake of Allah. They even give those who as probably you know from the verse, they give for others who are not even Muslims. Why? Because they live this law that they give only for the sake of Allah, irrespective of who gets it. I hope that we're gonna talk more about the other laws next time. Join us, and we'll see you then. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.